I'm going to get a drink of water. What did I do? There it is. All right. So, hang on, I'm going to cough. Pardon me. Right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together, friendship, tucking in the thumb, humility, fist into the palm. Welcome. Good to see everyone. All right, keep that head lifted by that silk thread. Good straight body posture. So, from the Wuji position, feet shoulder hip distance apart. Nice gentle bend in the knees that activates the leg muscles, tucking in the pelvis. Head is lifted by the silk thread. So good straight body posture. We're going to begin with our deep breathing. Let's begin. Inhale the hands up. And exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. With your jacket, if you could set that on the seat of the chair so you're not, I don't want you to grab onto something, hit the jacket, and slide off, right? Actually, if you'd hang it on the, put it on the seat of the chair. So I want this to be firm. If you grab on, something doesn't slip. Does that make, no, you're right there. Perfect. Does that sound good? I just want to make sure when you grab on, you have something safe to hit, all right? All right, arms in front of us next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. That didn't help. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Oh, I got to adjust the music. Part of the reason we play music is it makes Tai Chi even more relaxing, all right? Relaxing is a good thing. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in and long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms to the side. Make sure you don't hit at one another as you do this one, all right? That was funny. Inhale to the heart and exhale. I guess it wasn't if I have to tell you, right? Inhale. Exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Watch out for your neighbor. Inhale. Exhale, pardon me. Okay. Inhale and exhale. I thought I'd give it a second run, see if it got any funnier with time. Inhale and exhale. Giving a big hug. Inhale the arms up. Keep inhaling as you open the arms up. Exhale, pushing the hands together. Keep exhaling, floating the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart. Left hand up, right hand down. Exhale. Keep looking straight ahead. Inhale to the heart. Right up, left down. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Head gently lifted by the silk thread. We're going to flap arms like bird wings. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And lastly, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And there you go. That's our deep breathing. Everybody good? All right. So I have a question for Sydney. It's not to put you on the spot. I'm just curious. Do you know what qi is? The Chinese term qi? Interesting. No. And again, I'm not trying to put you on the spot at all. So in traditional Chinese medicine, sometimes known as TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, the Chinese belief is we have this energy in our body named called qi, qi. It's spelled. It's different. It's different than the qi of Tai Chi, but we have this energy that kind of flows through our body. You're familiar with acupuncture, acupressure, so that qi flows through those meridians. And in traditional Chinese medicine, they believe that most illnesses are caused from the blockage of qi. And so they open up these pathways of qi. So it's quite interesting. But most Western medicine, if you ask them about qi, they'll say, "What are you talking about?" or "I don't believe in it." So, but it's it's very interesting. If you ever want to know more, I'll tell you more. But it's quite interesting the way the Chinese look at qi and the way qi flows through the body and everything. So it also has to do with cupping. You look at the way the skin bruises when it's cupped, and it tells you about how the qi is flowing in the body. So, all right, at some point they're going to Western medicine and Eastern medicine are going to converge on one another. It hasn't happened yet, though. So, all right, moving along. That was just for my own curiosity. Warm up exercises starting. She's I ticked her off now. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. All right, chin tuck next. All right, you can do this from the seated position if you want to. So, from the Wuji position, if you're standing, floating the hands up in front of us, shoulder height. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, we float the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, floating the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Nice and level. Good job. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and sink the chin down to the chest. Beautiful. Notice on that exercise, we're tilting the chin up, but not doing a hard tilt back. It's just kind of a gentle tilt up. All right? All right, next neck exercise, looking side to side. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand's on top. Watching the left hand going over the left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Left hand's on top, Right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center, right hand's on top, left hand, left shoulder, look left, push down right. Coming back to center, left hand's on top, right hand, right shoulder, look right, push down on the left. Turn that neck, feel that stretch. Coming back to center. One more time each side. Right hand's on top. Look over your left shoulder. Bring the left hand with you. And we come back to center. Left hand is on top. Look over your right shoulder. Bring the right hand with you. Feel the stretch in the neck. And then we come back to center. Come back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Awesome. That next flexibility is really important. If I want to look over my shoulder, if I have good neck flexibility, I don't need to shift my body weight. If I'm not, if my neck doesn't have good flexibility, then I have to start shifting my weight. So it helps us with our balance. All right. Forward shoulder circles next, bringing the shoulders back and then up, then forward and down. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Shoulders forward and up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Awesome. Gathering chi, reaching for infinity, gently reaching out, reaching up, and relax the hands down. Gently reaching out, reaching up, feel the body open and expand, and relax the hands down. One more time, gently reaching out, reaching up, and relax the hands down. Nice. Touching heaven and earth. Prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, floating the head gently towards the ceiling. Coming back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently floating the head towards the ceiling. This helps with posture also. Back to center. Left hand up, right hand down. Head gently floats towards the ceiling. Coming back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And coming back to center. Left hand up, right hand down, stretching the spine. Coming back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And then we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Nice. Carrying the ball side to side. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand's on top, gently turn towards the left. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn towards the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top. Think about where your elbow is, gently turning to the left. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, gently turn towards the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. And then we turn the ball over, we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Beautiful. All right, one more exercise standing. Then we'll have a seat. All right. So, pardon me, leg strengthening exercise. Use your chair. Keep the body straight. Keep a bend in that knee. The leg that has weight on it, make sure you're bending that knee. All right. made it easy on me. You guys wore shorts today, so it's really easy to see what's going on. Weight shifts to the left, bending the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Tap right toe to the front, empty, keeping all the weight on the left. And back to the cat stance. Use the chair if you need to. Tap right toe to the side, keep all your weight left as you do this. And cat stance. And then tap right toe behind us. Plenty of space between the feet. Good job. And cat stance. And then back to Wu-Ji. Other side, weight shifts to the right, bending the right knee, left foot, cat stance. Keep it bending that right knee, all the weight's right. Tap left toe to the front, empty. And cat stance. Tap left toe to the side, keep all the weight right, keep looking straight ahead of you, don't look at the ground. And cat stance. And then here's the fun one. Tapping the left toe behind us, empty. Plenty of space between the feet. And then cat stance. And back to Wu-Ji. Awesome. All right, shake those legs loose. Let's have a seat. Let's do some seated exercises. Did anybody watch the Blues game yesterday? Nobody? Yes, somebody said you watched it? That was a good game. That was a good game. It was 7-2 was the final. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yeah, it was quite a game. Lots of big hitting too. So I thought it was funny, the announcer, when they got to 7, the announcer said, touchdown, Blues. All right. So sitting up on the edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor. You guys know the drill. Turning to the right-hand side of the chair. Keep the knee above the ankle. Starting out, prayer hand position. Gently pushing to the right, opening up the left leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. And come back to center. Pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. Feel that stretch. And we come back to center. Pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. And then we come back to center and relax the hands down. Same thing, other side, shifting towards the left-hand side of the chair. Prayer hand position, push against that imaginary left wall, opening up the right leg. Feeling the stretch in the hips, feel the stretch in the groin. And come back to center. Again, pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Feel that nice stretch. And come back to center. One more time, push against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Excellent. We come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down, turn back to center, and shake those legs loose. Good job. All right. Next hip exercise, lifting the leg up, pushing the leg down. Back stays straight, body stays straight. Make sure you are looking straight ahead. Don't look down at the ground. That'll cause the body to rotate forward a lot of times. Look straight ahead. Keep that back nice and straight, okay? Hands relaxed to the side, lifting up the left leg. Hands are behind us. Keep the back and the body straight. And then relax. And then hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. Lifting the left leg up, hands behind us, keeping the back straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can, trying to drive it through the floor. And relax. One more time, lifting, whatever, left leg up. Lifting the left leg up, keeping the back straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Right leg, same thing. Lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us, keeping the back straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. One more time. Lifting the right leg up, hands are behind us. Lift that knee as high as you are able to. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. And then shake those legs loose. Awesome. All right. I came across a joke, and I don't remember it now. Oops, there it is. Nope. Oh, did Detroit Tiger Hall of Famer baseball player Al Kaline, guys all remember Al Kaline, Hall of Fame player, did he invent the alkaline battery? See, I knew some of you would remember Al Kaline. So, all right, heel kick next. Keeping the back straight, keeping the body straight. Now you have a great reason to smile because I stopped telling jokes. So, sitting, you didn't agree with that. All right, you didn't disagree though either. Hands loosely gripped at the belt line. I'm going to pick up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out the left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. All right, we have two more to do. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight in your chair, all right? It's really gonna focus on your core muscles when you do that. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out the left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. One more time, picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. And then we pick up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Shake those legs loose. Good job. Okay, so I want to give your legs just a little bit of a break. So let's do that figure eight exercise with our neck right now. Okay, so imagine you have a pencil in your mouth and you're drawing the number 8, but it's laying on its side. So it's not vertical, but it's sitting horizontal. All right. When you lift the head up, we're not rocking the head back, all right? The highest I want you to lift your head is straight ahead. You can drop the chin to the chest, that's awesome, but don't look up at the ceiling, look straight ahead, all right? Nice, gentle exercise. I call it Rice Krispies because you can hear the snap, crackle, and pop in your neck. It's right by the ear, so it sounds really loud. But nice and gentle, don't force anything, okay? So we start out in the center, and then we start to make a figure eight. Imagine you're drawing a figure eight. And when you get to the center, stop and reverse. Again, nice and gentle, not forcing anything. And when you get to the center, stop. That is a really good exercise to help, like if you slept on your neck wrong, fell asleep on the couch or something and slept on your neck wrong, that's a really good exercise. You want to do it in both directions. So first you make the figure eight in this direction and then back in the other direction. Um, I've been doing that exercise for a long time, so I have pretty good flexibility. But again, that comes with time. And interestingly enough, and I think that exercise is partially to blame. It's not really a blame. It's a good thing. Um, when I was measured for my neck, the guy goes, "You must be an athlete. You have a really big neck." And I didn't used to have a really big neck. I was a runner, so I had a really thin neck all the time. And once I started doing that exercise, my neck started to grow. And I went from like a 14 and a half collar to a 17 collar. And I think it was that exercise that did it. There's no way to know for sure, but my neck is a lot stronger. So, and I think that exercise helps. So, questions? All right. Toe kick next. Same 4 movements with the leg. Point the toe forward this time. All right. Hands gently clenched at the belt line. Picking up the left leg. Toe kick left. Punching out right fist. Picking up that left leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Keep looking straight ahead. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out the left fist. Picking up the right leg, floating the foot to the ground. How many was that? 2? All right, thank you. I don't know how to count. Picking up the left leg, glad somebody does. Toe kick left, punching out right. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. One more time. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And then picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Any questions about those exercises? All right, let's stand up. Let's do our ankle exercises. So stand if you're able to. So use your chair as you're doing this. Keep the upper body nice and straight. Keep a nice gentle bend in that knee. All right? All right. So nice gentle ankle exercise. Not moving the leg, move the ankle. All right? So weight shifts to the right, bend in the right knee, left foot, touch heel and toe. Heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Try and keep all your weight on the right. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. And we come back to center. Weight shifts to the left. Get all the weight on the left. Use your chair. Right foot, touch heel and toe. Heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Keep looking straight ahead. Heel, toe, heel, toe. And one more time just for fun because I can't count. Heel and toe. And back to center. All right. So we're going to do that one again. Let me get my hot water pants here. So as we're touching heel and toe, touching the heel, that's fine. As you touch the toe, try and lift the heel up off the ground. So I'm not doing this where I'm tapping the toe, but I'm touching heel and then touching toe. I'm keeping all the weight on the other leg while I'm doing that, all right? So I'm exercising the ankle of one leg, but I'm building up strength in the opposite leg, all right? So weight shifts to the right, left foot touching heel and toe, heel and toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and toe. Then shift weight to the left. That looks better. Bend in the left knee, right foot, touch heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. One more time. Heel and toe. And back to center. Second ankle exercise. Weight shifts to the left. Bend in the left knee, right foot, or I'm sorry. I'm mirroring. Weight shifts to the right. Weight shifts to the right, left foot, touch little toe and big toe. Outside and inside, little toe and big toe. Then shift weight to the left, right foot, little toe, big toe. Keep looking straight ahead. Little toe, big toe, outside and inside. And then we come back to center, back to Wu-Ji. Awesome. Any questions? Something you'll see me do. You just saw me do it. And you mimicked it, which is really good. You want to make sure you keep your knees bent. So every so often during the day, just kind of bounce, almost like you're in a bouncy house. That helps make sure that your knees are bent, because sometimes we kind of gravitate towards this because it's easier to lock the knees out. Instead, you want to keep those knees bent. So kind of bounce those legs occasionally, just to make sure that you're well rooted. It also helps, like as you bounce the legs, like if I take it to an extreme, that helps keep the ankles kind of flexible, right? As you're doing that. So doing that bouncing kind of keeps those ankles flexible also. Okay? All right. Hokey pokey next. Touching heel, touching toe, body straight, lift the knee as we transition. Use your chair, all right? Stay safe, okay? So weight shifts to the right, bend in the right knee, empty left heel, and then lifting the knee, transitioning, empty left toe, keep plenty of space between your feet. We lift the knee as we transition, empty on the heel. Lift the knee as we transition, empty left toe. One more time, lifting the knee, empty on the heel, and then lifting the knee, empty on the toe. And come back to center. Shift weight to the left, bend in the left knee, empty right heel. Lift the knee as you transition, empty right toe. Try and keep all your weight left. Empty on the heel, lift the knee as you transition. Good job. Lift the knee, empty right toe. Empty on the heel and empty on the toe. And then we come back to center. Awesome. All right. Let's expand that. Bow stance, stepping out empty. All right. We're going to go ahead and do hands and feet together. If you need to hold on to the chair, please do. Stay safe. All right. So from the Wu-Ji position, we're going to weight shift to the right. Step out empty, left foot. Shifting weight to the left, punching out, right fist. Keep the feet rooted to the ground. Weight shifts back, opposite hand. Weight shifts back, and then we come back to center. Other side, weight shifts to the left, stepping out empty right. Shifting right, punching left. Bow stance. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Shifting weight right, stepping out empty left, shifting left, punching right, bow stance, weight shifting back and come back to center, nice. shifting weight to the left, stepping out empty right, shifting right, punching left, bow stance, opposite hand. Weight shifts back and come back to center. All right, so I'm going to show you guys something. If you want to up your game a little bit. Now, you do not have to do this, but while some people are learning the bow stance, you guys might be able to add a little bit to it, all right? And it kind of goes a little bit to the martial art side of it. So as I shift my weight, all the weight is on the left. I step out empty with the right foot. Martial art wise, like if I have an opponent in front of me, he's going to see me shift my weight and he's going to go for this leg, right? If he's smart, he's going to go for this leg because that's going to knock me over, right? So as I shift my weight to the left, that right foot, it comes in, kind of protects that left foot, and then it comes back out, and then I do the bow stance. And then as I shift the weight back, that right leg comes in once again, and then back out to the side. So what you're actually doing is moving that foot in kind of a U shape as you're doing that, all right? Now, you don't have to do this, all right? If you just want to step straight out, that's fine. If you want to start incorporating that, it's going to challenge your balance a little more because when you do this and this, you only have to keep your weight on the one foot for just a moment. This is keeping your weight on your foot a little bit longer. So you're slowly building up the leg strength. It's also a dynamic balance because now you're sweeping in and sweeping out, all the while keeping your balance on the one leg. So go ahead and do it if you want. Don't do it if you don't want to. I'm going to demonstrate doing it. Does anybody have any questions about that? Because I know you're not thrown down in the parking lot or anything, but it's a really good. What are you? I didn't think so. You seem like a friendly guy. But it really does help the balance and helps that dynamic balance. Okay. So hands loosely gripped at the belt line. We're going to go through it really slow at first. Weight shifts to the right, bending the right knee. So the left foot comes in by the right leg and then back out, and then shift your weight to the left, bow stance. Weight shifts back, all the weight is on the right, and now that left foot comes in by the right foot and then back out to Wu Ji. Shifting weight to the left, the right foot comes in by the left foot and then back out. Shifting weight right, punching left, weight shifting back, all the weight's on the left leg, the right foot comes in by the left foot and then back out to Wu Ji. All right? Questions? All right. Weight shifts right, stepping out left foot, shifting left, punching right, bow stance. Weight shifts back, and we come back to center. Shift weight left, stepping out empty right, shifting right, punching left, bow stance. Weight shifts back, and come back to center. One more time, weight shifts right, stepping out empty left, shifting left, punching right, bow stance. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Then weight shifts left, stepping out empty right, shifting right, punching left, bow stance. And then weight shifts back and we come back to center. Awesome. So, little hint, when you're doing that, make sure that you are indeed stepping out wide. Don't bring the foot in and then just set the foot down and put yourself on a balance beam, all right? You're coming in and then back out, nice wide step. That allows you to do the bow stance. And as you come back, get all that weight on that back foot and then come back in, okay? Do you notice the same movement, that figure 8 type movement? Yeah. Do what? I'm sorry. The last one? The whole movement or just? Okay. So let's do it one more time. Weight shifts to the right, and that left foot, it kind of makes that part of that figure eight. So it comes in by the right foot and then it steps out empty. And then you shift weight, bow stance, shifting weight back, get all the weight on the back foot, and then the left foot comes in by the right foot and then back out. So it kind of makes that loop of the figure eight and come back to center. So the same thing happens other side. Weight shifts to the left, the right foot comes in and back out, and then you bow stance. The weight shifts back, all the weight's on that left foot, so the right foot comes in towards the left foot and then back out. So it makes that loop of that figure eight. Does that answer your question? Okay. That figure eight movement, so I have not got into it with this class because we're just learning the physical movements. But there's something called spiraling energy in Tai Chi, and it permeates Tai Chi. Americans think everything is best in a straight line. That's the way we're taught, straight as a crow flies, right? Everything's in a straight line. The Chinese, they see more power in a curve. That's why I don't have it on. If a yin yang symbol, the black and white symbol, it doesn't have any straight lines in it. It's all curves. And so the Chinese believe that there's much more power in a curve. And so they call that spiraling energy. So you use that figure eight movement a lot. Like as you do Tai Chi, you start spiraling the hips in that figure eight movement. And it becomes very powerful because like if someone comes towards me, like they're wanting to punch me, I can deflect that away using that spiraling energy. It becomes I think it becomes very interesting when you start working with that spiraling energy. I often describe it like if someone is throwing a punch at me, like straight on, I can punch back and hit their fist. Boom, our fist hit one another. But is my arm going to get broke? Is their arm going to get broke? I don't know. It depends who's the stronger person. That's a really bad way to find out, right? Instead, yeah. Instead, if the person is like punching at me and I instead of hitting him like this, I move my arm in a curve. So as his fist comes in, I block and deflect his arm over. Now I'm deflecting his energy to the side. Think of two garden hoses pointed at one another. When the water hits, it goes everywhere, right? But instead, if we deflect the water, now we know where the water's going, right? We're not leaving that up to chance. Does that make sense? I know it's a lot to take in, right? But anyway, there's something called spiraling energy, which permeates Tai Chi. And when I first went to see Dr. Lam, he was doing some of that spiraling energy, and I've been doing Tai Chi for several years at that point, but he was doing something different, and I was like, "What is he doing?" I was trying to process all of it, and at one point, he was in front of me in a small group, and I was like, "You're doing something, but I can't figure out what you're doing." And he just smiled at me. He goes, "You'll figure it out." But that's what he was doing. He was using that spiraling energy. It's very beautiful and very powerful. So, all right. So let's sit down. Okay. So, would you guys like to do a few more exercises, or would you like to get to meditation and do a longer meditation? 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 I know you guys like meditation. All right. Let's do that. I'm going to turn off the overhead light. That is a good choice, by the way. That would have been my choice also, doing the longer meditation. It's so very, very powerful. All right. Any questions about meditation? Are you having any struggles with it? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. We do it at nighttime before bedtime. That seems to be the most effective because we've gone through all the trials and tribulations of the day, and now we're trying to relax before we go to bed. So you do it at whatever time makes sense for you. Nighttime makes the most sense for me. My wife gets up earlier than me, so it kind of makes more sense to do it at night. Good question. Any other questions? Are you? Yes, morning is really good. A lot of people do it in the morning. It just doesn't work out with our schedules. Is that when you meditate? Is in the morning? Okay. And how's that go for you? I say that again. Oh yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So he's saying he does it in the morning, and he's laying down as he's doing it, so the body is very relaxed. So that is definitely one way to do Tai Chi. I'm sorry, one way to do meditation. And you want to fit whatever is relaxing for you. There's several different ways, just as there's several different types of Tai Chi, and they're all effective. There's several different types of meditation, and they're all effective. Some people use visualization, so they will go to a beach or a mountaintop or a garden or whatever place makes them happy. Some people do that, and that's very effective also. Um, in fact, let's do that. Do you want to do that? Go to a beach. You guys like beaches? All right, beaches? No? Okay. Okay. Well, we're in a nice beach and it's got nice hard sand, so it doesn't get all over you. All right. How's that? Um, all right. So we'll just try a different type of meditation. Any other questions? Okay. So we're going to take you to the beach a little bit. All right, and try and involve all of your senses. So sitting up nice and straight and tall. Scoot back in your chair if you need to. We want you to be nice and comfortable. Um, if I had mats, we'd lay down. So sitting up nice and straight and tall, we're going to close the eyes. First, we're going to cleanse our mind. So take a long, slow, deep belly breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to clear our mind of any thoughts. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out, gently breathing out, clearing our mind of any thoughts. Not thinking about what happened earlier, what could happen later this afternoon. Stay focused in the here and the now. One more time, big, deep belly breath in. And then as we exhale, breathing out, cleansing the mind, clearing the mind of any thoughts. Now, let's take our trip to the beach. Taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. Imagine you're walking up on this beautiful beach on the ocean. You're walking down towards the ocean. You start to hear the waves back and forth. Inhale and exhale. Those waves get louder and louder as you come towards them as you walk down on the beach. It's a beautiful white sand beach. Inhaling and exhaling. As we walk down to the beach, it's got that beautiful white sand, almost looks like sugar. Nice, beautiful, gentle movement of the waves. Inhale and exhale. As we get closer to the beach, we get off the walking path and onto the sand. It's nice, a hard packed sand. Again, kind of looks like sugar, kind of feels like sugar. Nice and gentle. Inhaling and exhale. As you walk onto the beach, the waves get louder and louder. Inhale and exhale. And you start to taste the salt in the air. Keep hearing those waves moving in and out. You start to taste the salt from the seawater. Inhale and exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. With your eyes closed and in your mind's eye, imagine there's a beautiful sunset happening over the ocean. The sun is starting to go down. Has this brilliant shade of orange. Inhale and exhale. You see that color orange in the light, on your skin, on the beach. There's a few clouds in the air. Inhale and exhale. You're tasting that salt, hearing the waves. Hear a seagull, a couple seagulls flying over. You see a line of pelicans fly by, parallel to the coast, highlighted by that setting sun. Inhale and exhale. You feel that sand underneath your feet. It feels nice and cool. Smelling that salt, tasting the salt from the air, hearing the ocean flowing in, flowing out. Inhale and exhale. You're watching that beautiful sunset. Sun starts sinking even lower. Sky is lit up in beautiful orange and purple hues. Inhale and exhale. You continue walking down to the edge of the ocean. You start to feel the waves lapping at your feet, washing that sand off your feet. Inhale and exhale. You stand there looking at the setting sun, beautiful orange hue, sinking below the horizon, standing there in awe at the beauty. Inhale and exhale. The sun slowly sinks below the horizon. The sky is still lit, beautiful orange and purple hues. Still hearing the waves lapping at your feet. Still tasting, smelling the salt in the air. Some more seagulls fly by. Inhale and exhale. You feel that sand between your toes. Feel the water just touching your feet. Inhale and exhale. And we watch that sun disappear below the horizon. Amazing sunset. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. And that's probably a good place to stop. Okay, you guys look really, really relaxed. All right. How was the sand? A little gritty? All right. We'll work on that. How was that? Did you like going to the beach or not so much? I'm sorry? Hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's hard to lay down on a beach. I prefer the mountaintop myself, but that's just if I had beach or mountain, I'd probably go to a mountain. But that's just me. But you don't have to do what I want to do. You don't have to do what everyone else wants to do. You can do what you want to do. So you can go to your garden. You can be laying down. There's any one of the things you want to do. So that's just a different way to meditate using the visualization. Thank you for the lights. Ah, bright. All right. Doug's frowning at you for the bright lights. All right. You gentlemen have a great week. Remember, World Tai Chi Day is Saturday, so try and do a little Tai Chi at 10 o'clock. Whatever you know what to do, just go ahead and do it. Know you're practicing with many people in the world. Um, Off next Thursday. We have that Midwest Convention or conference, whatever they're calling it. And we'll see you here next Friday. Okay? Already into May 2nd at that point. All right? Thank you. Good job. Sure.